Welcome to Famous Frontier, the channel that takes you beyond the maps into the heart of our planet's most breathtaking wonders. If you love nature, travel, and hidden treasure of the world, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss another adventure. Today, we journey to a land where emerald valleys kiss snow-capped peaks, where fairytale castles float above the clouds, and where every sunrise feels like a painting by nature itself. This is the Bavarian Alps, a mesmerizing realm of mountains, lakes, legends, and timeless beauty of the southern edge of Germany. Stay with us because by the end of this video, you will understand why the Bavarian Alps are not just a destination, they are an emotion, a dream carved into stone and sky. As you leave the busy streets of Munich and travel south, the landscape slowly begins to change. Rolling hills become steeper, meadows turn into alpine pastures, and suddenly, there they are, the Bavarian Alps, standing tall like ancient guardians of Europe. Stretching along the border between Germany and Austria, this mountain range is part of the mighty northern limestone Alps. Here, rugged peaks rise above 3,000 meters, yet the landscape feels welcoming, a blend of dramatic beauty and gentle charm. The air grows cooler, the scent of pine fills your lungs, and the distant sound of cowbells echoes across the valleys, a symphony of alpine life. The Bavarian Alps aren't just mountains. They are a living storybook where each village, lakes, and trail tells a tale of heritage, courage, and nature grace. The Bavarian Alps are home to some of Germany's most spectacular natural wonders. Among them, the Zugspitze, Germany's highest peak, tower at 2,962 meters above sea level. Standing atop of Zugspitze, you can see across 4 countries: Germany, Austria, Switzerland, and Italy. A 360-degree panorama that feels almost surreal. But the beauty doesn't stop here. Hidden among the valleys are crystal clear lakes that look straight out of a dream. The Eibsee, often called the Caribbean of Bavaria, lies at the foot of the Zugspitze, reflecting the mountain in turquoise water so pure it feels soft. Then there's Königssee, the King's Lake, deep, emerald, and mysterious, surrounded by sheer rock walls that rise like cathedral towers. When you take a boat ride across Königssee, the echo of the trumpeter's horn bouncing off the cliffs feels like nature's own concert. In winter, these valleys transform into snowy wonderlands. Skiers and snowboarders glide down the slopes of Garmisch-Partenkirchen, one of Europe's most famous alpine resorts. But even in silence, when snow muffles the world, the Bavarian Alps whisper their secrets of glaciers, waterfalls, and timeless wilderness. Nested among these mountains are villages that seem untouched by time. Oberammergau, for example, the world famous for its passion play, performed once every 10 years since 1634, a promise made by villagers to honor their survival during the plague. The town is a masterpiece of traditional laughter-melody. Colorful fresco painting on house walls depicting biblical stories, local legends, and daily life. Further east lies Berchtesgaden, perhaps the crown jewels of the Bavarian Alps. Set in a deep valley surrounded by towering peaks, it's where alpine charms meets royal heritage. Once a salt mining town, Berchtesgaden later became a retreat for kings and artists seeking inspiration. Today, it's a gateway to Berchtesgaden National Park, a UNESCO biosphere reserve known for its untouched wilderness and breathtaking scenery. And if wander into Mitten World, known as the village of violins, you will hear the melody of craftsmanship in every corner. For centuries, violin makers here have carved instruments from local maples and spear woods that sings with the sounds of the Alps. Each of these villages is more than a place. It's a feeling. A cozy inn with flower-filled balconies, a bakery offering warm pretzels at dawn, a church bell ringing through the mist. Simple moments that define the soul of Bavaria. High above the valleys, where the clouds brush the cliff, stand some of the most enchanting castles of the world. The most famous of them all, Neuschwanstein Castle, is a masterpiece of fantasy and stone. Commissioned by King Ludwig II in the 19th century, Neuschwanstein looks like it was born from a dream. With its soaring turrets and fairytale towers perched on a rugged hill, it inspired none other than Walt Disney's Sleeping Beauty Castle. But behind its beauty lies a story of solitude and imagination. King Ludwig, often called the Fairytale King, was a visionary who longed for a world of art and peace amid political turmoil. His castle, Neuschwanstein, Linderhof and Enchanted were built not for war but for wonder. He sought to create a paradise where music, architecture and nature could live in perfect harmony. Standing before Neuschwanstein as the sun sets behind the Alps, it's easy to see why Ludwig was enchanted by this land. The castle glows golden against the twilight sky, mirrored by the forest and lakes below, a scene so magical it feels unreal. The Bavarian Alps are not only about landscape, they are about life. And life here is best experienced through Bavarian culture, a vibrant mix of music, tradition, and food that warms both heart and soul. In the Alpine taverns, locals gather to share laughter, stories, and hearty meals. Try a plate of Käsespätzle, a cheesy noodles dish that melts in your mouth. Or Weißwurst, the famous white sausage served with sweet mustard and pretzels. Pair it with a glass of locally brewed beer and you will understand the Bavarian joy of simplicity. Music flows through the Alps as naturally as its rivers. The sounds of Alpine horns, zither and according fills the valleys during village festivals. Every year, the Alma tribe, the ceremonial returns of cows from mountain pastures, turns into a colorful parade where animals wear flower crowns and farmers wear traditional lederhosen. And of course, there's the spirit of Gemütlichkeit, a word with no perfect English translation. It means coziness, contentment, and a sense of belonging, the very essence of Bavarian life. Beyond these villages and valleys, the Bavarian Alps also hold a deep spiritual connection with nature. In Berchtesgaden National Park, ancient forests and glacial lakes form a sanctuary for wildlife. Golden eagles soar above the cliffs, marmots peek from the meadows, and ibex climb fearlessly on steep rocks. At the heart of this park lies St. Bartholomew Church, a red domed chapel standing on the shores of Königssee. Reachable only by boat, it has watched over the lake for centuries, a symbol of peace aimed at the tower of the mountains. Pilgrims hikers and photographers alike find serenity here, where the reflection of the Alps dance upon the still water. Further west, in the Alagou region, flower-covered meadows stretch toward jagged peaks, while clear streams curve through valleys rich in legend. Here, myths of mountain spirits and ancient lakes still echo the local folklore, reminding us that nature and imagination have always been intertwined. Each season paints the Bavarian Alps with a new palette of emotions. In spring, wildflowers blanket with meadows and waterfalls roar with melting snow. Summer brings hikers, bikers, and dreamers to explore green trails and blue lakes under golden sunlight. Autumn turns the forest into a tapestry of red, orange, and gold, a farewell kiss before the snow returns. And when winter arrives, the Alps become a wonderland again, where silence rejoins and stars shine brighter than ever. Every moment here feels eternal, a gentle reminder that nature's rhythm is the heartbeat of the earth itself. The Bavarian Alps are more than a place on a map. They are a symphony of stone and sky, a living fairy tale shaped by time, culture, and nature's perfection. Whether you come to hike its trails, explore its castle, or simply bathe in its silence, the Alps will leave an imprint on your soul. If the journey inspired you, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Famous Frontier, and join our global community to explore Earth. Together, let's continue discovering the world's most beautiful frontiers, one story at a time. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep your eyes on the horizon and your heart open to adventure.